Being stuck having to take a red-eye doesn't mean you're doomed to have a horrible flight where the first day of your trip will be spent recovering. I promise if you follow the steps outlined in this video, you can actually land feeling like a functional human being who is ready to start their day. And stick around to the end because nailing the strategy for when you land is just as important as the preparation before you leave. Most travelers treat a red-eye like a regular flight. They eat airport junk food. They stay on their phone until boarding. They sit upright the entire flight and they try to sleep when they can. And then they wonder why they land puffy, dehydrated, foggy, and irritable. But red-eyes, they aren't regular flights. You have to treat them like events, weirdly timed overnight events. When preparing for a red-eye, you're going to want to think about starting your red-eye routine roughly 12 hours before departure with 3 simple steps. Step 1, eat earlier and eat clean. Heavy, salty airport food guarantees swelling, bad sleep, acid reflux, and water retention. Instead, you want protein, vegetables, low sodium, and no alcohol. Now, I know this one can be a hard one for many, but alcohol on a red-eye is a trap. It feels relaxing, but it wrecks your sleep cycle. Step 2, shower before you leave. A full shower signals to your body that sleep is coming. Now, if you have a super long day before having to go to the airport, you'll probably appreciate having lounge access, so you can shower at the airport. This is why a lot of us frequent travelers spring for those expensive airline credit cards, because you get free lounge access. And that has come in handy before and after many a red-eye. Nothing beats boarding already feeling fresh and clean. And step 3, dress for circulation, not style. Red-eyes magnify everything uncomfortable, so it's that much more important that you dress accordingly. And if you're coming straight from a business meeting, bring a change of clothes and just Superman it in the first airport bathroom you see. You want to wear soft waistband trousers or elevated joggers, compression socks, supportive slip-on shoes, and some sort of wrap or structured layer. Nothing restrictive, nothing stiff, and nothing that cuts at the waist. When you get to the airport, it is all about getting your body into sleep mode before you board the plane. We're talking calm energy, walk more slowly, hydrate early and often, and don't forget to use the restroom before boarding. And you know what? Even brush your teeth when you're in there. And this next one is important and honestly, hard. You need to start limiting screen time at least 30 to 45 minutes before takeoff. I know, this one seems impossible, but blue light delays melatonin and you are trying to trick your body into thinking it's bedtime. Once you board the plane, it's all about settling in as soon as possible. When you get into your seat, even before takeoff, pull out your eye mask. If you don't have a good one yet, I recommend silk. I'll link my favorite one below. You also want to grab your earplugs or noise-canceling headphones. If you're using AirPods, you're going to want to get an AirPod necklace that connects to your AirPods so that if and when you're asleep and one falls out, you don't lose it. You also want your lip balm, water bottle, and don't forget to pull out your neck pillow. My favorite is the Cabot pillow. I swear I can sleep anywhere with this thing. You want to make it so that you are completely ready to transition to rest the second the seatbelt sign turns off. And as soon as you hear that ding, recline your seat gently and settle in. Now, if you're someone who sleeps best with a blanket, then here's a travel blanket I find amazing. It rolls up into this little carrying bag that I clip onto the outside of my personal item, and it's surprisingly light. When you unroll it, it has foot pockets in the bottom so you can tuck your feet in. It also has a button on the top so you can actually button it around your neck so it doesn't fall off while you're sleeping. Just don't forget to buckle your seatbelt over the blanket so that the flight attendants don't have to wake you up to check that you're wearing it. If you're a CPAP user, don't fret. A few years ago, ResMed came out with a travel CPAP that is FAA approved, and since then a few more have popped onto the scene. If you are a CPAP user, I highly recommend investing in an FAA-approved travel version, as this will be a game changer for any overnight flights. And it's a nice bonus to have a smaller CPAP to use when traveling as well. When it comes to the wrap or structured layer you have on, you can use it strategically to support your body properly. You can place it behind your lower back or between your body and the armrest. Small adjustments can prevent pain and increase your comfort. Now, if you're given a pillow and a blanket on your flight, those are also great to use for extra support, especially if you have your neck pillow and travel blanket with you. The airline provided pillow and blanket make fantastic lumbar support and armrest padding. Lastly, almost as important as what to do is what not to do on a red eye. Don't watch movies. And if you're someone who likes the TV on when you sleep, make sure whatever you have on isn't super intense. You want something you can easily ignore and fall asleep to. You also don't want to scroll endlessly. Whatever app you're using has been built to keep you awake and keep you scrolling. So your best bet is to keep your phone off for the flight. You want to continue to refrain from drinking alcohol, as hard as that may be, and try not to eat any heavy snacks. And most importantly, to arriving, looking, and feeling rested, you definitely don't want to try to power through without resting. Even if you don't sleep deeply, quiet rest still reduces inflammation and fatigue. The goal is preservation, not perfection. And after you land, if you can, it's back to the lounge. Airport lounge access isn't just for before you take off. It's just as good after you land. I mean, there's something about showering at the airport and changing into fresh clothes that just makes you feel like you're gonna have a good day. Oh, and the Virgin Airlines Club in London will even press your clothes while you shower. I mean, what? That is next level. But lounge or no lounge, you're going to want to pop into the restroom so that you can, at the very least, brush your teeth, wash your face, and maybe even change your clothes and apply a little makeup if that makes you happy. Basically, you want to do whatever it is that makes you feel human. Because if you've done all these steps and after you leave that restroom, you are ready to get out there and adopt whatever time zone you find yourself in. Just remember to try to get outside and see a little sun for a little bit while you're there. This all boils down to red eyes don't have to be horrible. You really can land feeling like a human who is ready to tackle the day. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. If this helped, hit subscribe for more Comfort First travel systems every week.